Alright, you already know what the video is about, so let's get straight into it. We're doing a rear pad and rotor change on my 2016 Mercedes 2500 Sprinter van. So here's what I'm working with. I got this from Advanced Auto Parts. I think the price to do the whole rear set, rotors and pads, was like 260 bucks. So it's pretty cheap considering we all know what it costs to go get it done. So alright, we're just gonna do one at a time. That way, in case anything goes wrong, at least we can just put one side back on. Back end's jacked up. My brake pad light has been on for way too long. See how there's a lip on those rotors? That means I let it go for entirely too long. It is what it is. We're safe. We're getting it fixed now. But that's why when the brake pads get low enough, the pads actually start wearing in the rotor. So that's what happened there. So be aware, if you have little lips like that, if your rotor isn't perfectly smooth, I'll show you on the brand new one, that means it's well past time to change your pads. And if you have any kind of indentation like that, it's time to change rotors too. This is what a new rotor should look like. Just squared edges. First step, we want to remove these calipers. We're looking at that big bolt head right there. Right here, we want to take those off. There's two around the back. Those are the bolts that attach the caliper, so we want to remove that before we can get down to the pads. So these are 22 mil bolts, and it's in the most awkward position. So I made a mistake on those lugs. It's a 21 mil, not a 22 mil, like I said. Since it is such an awkward position, we got a wrench and we got a piece of pipe. We're gonna put it on there to make a pry bar. Oh. Way easier. Got our bolts out, our caliper should slide right off. Oh, that sucks. Since the rotor has such an indentation from the wear, gotta pry the pads open. Slowly work in a flathead screwdriver between the rotor and the brake pad and just turn it really slow. Don't try to rush it. You'll just give it a little pressure and you'll feel the caliper start to slowly open up for you. Wiggle and slide right off. There we go. Oh my gosh. There's like a millimeter of brake pad left. Alright, caliper's off, pads are out. Let's get this rotor off. Take these rotors off. There's one little Torx head right here on the rotor, which is a T30. Oh, it's not just a little bolt, so don't lose it. So I'm gonna hit all 4 points on the rotor and right here. That way it just helps break loose. I mean, you got to think all this, there's so much rust, so it just sticks together. I used a regular hammer just to give it a little more impact to break it loose, because I knew we were replacing this anyways. Get our wire brush. And before you put the new stuff on, let's just give this a good clean to get all that rust and build up out. All right, we got our new rotor. Before we put this on, there's like oil and stuff on these rotors so they don't rust in the box when they're stacked away at an automotive shop. So we're gonna take some brake part cleaner and we wanna clean these rotors really good, because as soon as you put these on, if you don't clean them and that oil gets in your brake pads, it's pretty much gonna ruin the whole job. So make sure you clean your rotors really well. And just hit them like you're spray painting them. I'm gonna do it one more time. We're gonna line up our little hole. Put the one here. With that being a small bolt, make sure you don't over tighten it. Make sure it's good and snug. I don't know what the specs are for it, but look at the difference. So here we have the new pad versus the old pad. You can only push these pistons in so fast, so just give them a little pressure and you'll feel them slowly just start to push in. Like I said, don't rush it. Just a little pressure and it's moving right now. The piston's all the way back in. Pads actually go in there super easy. There's these little metal clips that they hold into. the piece that goes around the rotor and your actual caliper that has the piston in it, they move. So if it looks like your caliper is way too far away from your pads, you just push it in. So this whole piston will go closer to this mounting. Both pads are in. Now it should just go right back on there. Sweet. I guess that's it. We're gonna put our 21 mil bolts back in. That was actually so much easier than I expected it to be. My little helper showed up. Hey girl. You looking a little too clean to be helping Dad. Sorry, I'm shirtless. It started pouring on me. I had to pull my van under the awning. So, got the wheels back on, flipped the van around, did the same thing on the other side. The other side, I actually timed it from taking the wheels off, putting everything back on. It was just over 20 minutes. So, it's actually a pretty quick process. It's not hard at all. I expected a lot more, so it was actually a super easy job. One thing, when I went over to the left side, which is the driver's side, the rear caliper did have a sensor in it. It was super easy, it popped right out. But now that I'm finished, I researched some of that, and apparently the sensors don't work if you reuse them. There's only one way to learn how to do something like this, and that's getting your hands dirty and going for it. So if you found this video helpful and you'd like to see more, please let me know. And until the next one, like, subscribe, it helps me out, and we'll see you guys soon. Peace.